But you are a national treasure. The entire island of St. Lucia should be so proud.
Thank you, thank you. Talk about treasure. I mean, I had this idea to make this oxtail grilled cheese for 12 years in my head.
Oh.
And I said when I first opened my first restaurant, I was gonna put it on the menu, and I'm surprised by the response, and it's just love on a plate.
You are so amazing. Give it up for Chef Shorne Benjamin.
Welcome to another episode of Spark the Brain. Our ultimate goal is to spark the brain that will change the world. Shout out to the late great Tupac Shakur. I'm here with an entrepreneur, Chef Shorne Benjamin,
Yes.
right in front of his magical creation that I'm sure he started from his mind because something has sparked that. So let's talk about your experience as being a chef, and then we'll get into, your whole restaurant.
Thank you for having me here, I would say.
Of course.
Your platform. I love this. Spark the brain. Yo, that's powerful. I love that.
Yeah, we're about to do that just with your story, right?
And it's funny, like Spark the Brain is always like manifesting something also. And I used the time that the pandemic gave me to spark this.
Okay.
For me, it's always been a chef.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, some people just nervous system, anxiety, and all that stuff. And I just chose cooking to just keep my mind sane and straight.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I looked at a life throwing a curveball at me, and here I am trying to pursue to greatness. Then the pandemic happens.
Yeah. Were you already working towards starting a restaurant at that time?
Yeah, I had initially was not to be like this, but something grander.
Yeah.
And I was actually looking in the meatpacking district
Okay.
to do something. I was trying to do something daring where it was on a high end scale.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened.
Okay.
All the partners I had say, you know what, they're not going to do this no more.
Fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm the artist. I'm going to still practice.
Yeah.
Whatever skill it always going to be good.
Yeah.
And Spark the Brain is like continue cooking and just using social media as my platform to show people who I was as a chef. And one thing led to the other, a lot of pop-ups. I think I never worked the hardest like that in my life.
Yeah.
Like it was just keeping a mainstream of income, creating my own income without relying on an unemployment check.
I see. When you say pop-up shops, like what was that? What did that entail?
Pop-up shop is like, it just came from somebody looking at my social media and saying, hey, I'll pay for this.
Oh.
And then I'll say, okay, meet me at this location. I have this certain amount of plates. Reserve advance.
Okay.
And just led to.
So basically you was cooking from your home and just showing the power of social media. There's a major power in social media. People don't really understand. Like, you can use it to exercise your skill set to show it to the world.
Yeah.
That way you can build something, a platform. Okay. So you started getting in a pop-up shop. People started to love your food, obviously.
Right.
Like it smells amazing.
Thank you.
What was the next step from there?
I mean, for me, I'm always been busy.
Okay.
And now I felt like I was able to be accessible to the community.
Okay.
And they showcase who I was as a chef. And the whole nature of it was to show people how I eat. I wanted to share that experience with them.
Okay. So finding this location, let's go into the meat and potatoes of that. Like, 'cause most people, they have a skill set, but they don't know how to turn their skill set into a business.
Right.
So let's break that down for me.
For me, finding this location was like a accidentally situation where from the pop-ups I used to do,
Yeah.
a very famous chef reached out to me. His group reached out to me to help me, wanted me to open up a restaurant in the Bahamas.
Okay.
And I'm like, Bahamas, right? Nothing's on the table, pandemic.
Yeah.
And one of my friends I was using his kitchen.
Okay.
And he mentioned his opportunity in this area.
Okay.
And I'm like, Bahamas?
Yeah.
I'll go bet on myself.
Yeah. Because you're closer here.
Right.
Bahamas, it would have been, a whole commute and traveling
Exactly.
to location.
And for me, it was just not giving up in New York because New York been good to me. And I just said, you know what? let me try this.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna give it my all, but make it special.
Okay.
Where there's no plan B or plan A.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be committed to it.
So you went all in. pretty much.
All in, and was just practicing with my pop-ups where the menu derived and dictate what I was gonna do.
Got you. So once people started responding, you like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
It's game time. I already got the jump shot. This is going in every single time. So
Yeah.
how did you come up with like the name and everything? Like break that down too.
The name is the name derives from, I'm from the Caribbean, St. Lucia.
Okay. Shout out to
And-
St. Lucia.
Yeah.
St. Lucia's out there.
This is how I wanted to figure out a way to say chicken without being generic.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I saw there's a lot of birds,
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
and chicken this. And I'm like, let me go to my roots. You know,
Uh-huh.
how my grandmother used to say, yo, there's too many fowls in the yard, you know?
Oh. Because I was trying to figure out like what is that? So that's like a Caribbean way of saying chicken.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day, honestly.
And
Okay.
it's like,
Shout out to grandma.
yeah,
Shout out to grandma.
yeah. You know, you look at it like, and I remember there's Beanie Man had a reggae song. Too far out in the yard.
Yeah, yeah.
On the head, and I'm gonna give me a problem.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? Somebody from the Caribbean would derive from it, and it'll just be like, but the way fat came in is when I was cooking this Cornish and I was bigger than usual.
Yeah.
And I was just describing how plump and juicy it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's a fat fowl.
Yeah. Okay. You went back into the roots. Okay.
So it just sang on my tongue, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? That's the name, Fat Fowl. And I sent it to a couple of people. They're like, yo, that's unique. That's catchy. And that was it.
Okay. So what are like the steps to like hiring now, right? You got the
Ooh.
name, because I want to break it down for the people, because so many
Okay.
people are like, all right, I got this step. Now, what about the hiring process? Let's get into that.
The hiring process for me is not about, yes, you might think you want somebody that's ready, trained, and know,
Yeah.
but sometimes you have your own groove, and you don't know, you have your own personality, and you want to set the tone.
Yeah.
And for me, being here, and not only black, but I want to set a standard of black excellence. Because here we are, coming from the pandemic,
Yes.
and I looked at the team that was coming around me. It's like, hey, we will not be here if the pandemic. You don't know how it's gonna be. This is a comeback,
Yeah.
and I want it to be a good comeback. And I just want to set a tone where downtown Brooklyn showing a culinary skill on a different level.
Yeah.
And I just motivate them to be black excellence. And it was not about your skill, but it was about your personality. Because for me, it's an open kitchen.
Yeah.
And if you can't smile, that means I can't trust your food.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I seen people come, and there was a lady that was just talking to you before you got on. She was like, she had so much light when she seen you, and I feel like that's important, especially when you're serving food.
Right.
You know, going back to what you're saying, if you're not gonna smile, I don't know if I'm gonna come back to eat this food.
Right.
And I feel like you carry like light and a lot of good energy. You know what I mean? So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
On this part of the show, it's called Conversations with Your Younger Self.
Okay.
So 3 pieces of advice that you would give to your younger self.
Wow. You know, one advice is stay true to who you are,
Okay.
because there'll be a lot of deflections at you to pull you away. And sometimes it's be somebody trying to take your energy and push you in the wrong direction. It's just being true to yourself. One thing is never give up. Because sometimes you gotta be pressed for different situations to know what you really want. And I've been tested, and this has happened where, you know what, you may go through some battles, but in some weeks it's like good is coming at you without even going after it.
Yeah.
I think another advice, it's not an advice to me, but I encourage other people.
Yeah.
It may not be the best person for the job, but just come with a humble and disciplined approach, and a lot of those are open to you.
No, go ahead.
Because for me, for my grandmother, that's what she told me, like, manners get you far, versus not able to handle yourself in a manner that is approachable for somebody to respect you, or even give you the time.
And she did an amazing job, because your energy is just like very peaceful. Before we go, give me like what's like the 5 to 10 year plan for you? Are you planning to franchise, to expand even bigger? Are you, working things through? Or what does that look like?
I would love to be international and nationwide. I like just being here at Fowl, not
Yeah.
knowing this was for the community.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it came beyond the community, and I feel like some people actually from London. A lady was here today.
Wow.
And she said she came from London, and
Yeah.
she's enjoying it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
She said, I would love to have this in London.
Okay.
And for me, it's just, one of my dreams was always to do something in Spain. So for me, you look at those territories, they're like, wait, what, I belong here? But
Yeah.
food has no borders.
Yeah, no, 100%. And internationally, they need our food because we have a lot of the seasoning, flavor, and everything. And internationally, they love our culture,
Right.
and it's not enough of us over there.
Right.
I would love to see you overseas because I'm a person that likes to travel.
Right.
And when I see my people that look like me overseas, it feels amazing. So
Right.
I'm 100% supportive of that. Whatever we got to do on Spark the Brain,
Right.
to shout you out on that side,
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. No, this is, for me, it's like every step is not taking. It's taking somebody with you. It's like when you win, I win. When I win, you win.
100%.
That's how it is. And,
100%.
and I encourage that. And even in my staff, if I could support them for a better opportunity through my connections, I do it.
Yeah.
Because life is so funny because you don't know what that person will do for you.
100. I always say life is like a well. You pour some, and then you take some out at the same time. And just to see another black man doing this, it is super inspiring to us. And this is the reason why we want to continue to spark the brain. Because people out you have a voice and have a message and have an experience that other people need.
For sure. I mean, like, as I said, like, coming from the pandemic.
Yeah. Pandemic dreams.
Yeah, exactly. it took a lot, but then you give you a lot of time is how you use it. And for me, it's like, I just encourage everybody who have a dream or aspiration, like, just do it. Because then you never know what's going to come out of it, and who is going to attract. And like with social media, people like you giving people voices, it's a beautiful thing.
No, thank you, man, for tuning in to another episode of Spark the Brain. My man Shorne here, an amazing creation factory. We out of here.
Bless. One love. Tune in, Spark the Brain. Chef Shorne here with Fowl. One love.